Hi, Miles Davis. He calls. So what?
This video I'd like to show you. You can watch it if you like. Just like to point out. The lady here got 17 years for ripping off the balls of a rapist. Would-be rapist. Probably serial rapist. And she was punished for the crime of another man's death in a different state. Not even the same man. Put in prison for 17 years. It's part of this plan for matriarchy. I think we need a plan because it would work. It just wouldn't work in the present form of feminism, which is female masculinity, basically, emulating the other men in the world, which isn't really going to work ever. So people should be able to body themselves correctly, and I think we just need a few legal adjustments to make that a possibility and not a certainty. So it starts with children, starts with young girls. School, they should be PE for boys, just as it is. Or maybe there could be some improvements there as well, but for the girls, they all go to an orchard. Maybe you can't do it all year round. When they're ripe, all the girls will, from the earliest years, they'll be taught to snatch apples from the tree. Maybe we can have some machines that achieve a similar effect so they can practice. The point of that exercise is by the time they leave school, not only can they snatch those apples from the tree very, very swiftly, but they can also crack it in half with one hand as they snatch it. Well, the point of that is, although they won't be told this because there's no real need to understand until they need to understand, well, they'll basically every girl should get one snatch for free. They're in a dark alley and they've been taken against their will somewhere or another. Well, I mean, they can play possum for the most part if they have to, but the moment they see the soft apple-like, shrivelly, hairy nutsack, they can do what they were trained to do. Remove that nutsack, and they only get one and done, yeah, one shot. After that, well, let's say they're proven again that they were in a similar instance and they had to do it. So then the only punishment, there might need to be a punishment just to stop it getting out of hand. Is they'll have to wear a number. The first time, nothing really happens. You know, maybe some people think no one really would know. Until the second time, and if there is a second time and it's unfair, well, that will just be dealt with as normal GBH and attempted murder or whatever it might be that happens. But obviously, if they can kick that, then prove that person had ill intent. What needs to change is that a woman's honour should be considered more valuable than a madman's life. Now, if the man is verifiably mad or dangerous to that woman, she should be allowed to defend herself, defend all women from that man from thenceforth. If a woman is trained in boxing, well, that's great if she wants to box another woman who's trained in boxing, but if she's going to fight, and this is meant to be a gentleman's sport, boxing, so if she's going to fight a man, that man cannot be a gentleman just by the principle of him attacking her in the first place. So, well, I think every woman should understand, if she's in that predicament, that she can fight like a chimpanzee and not have to deal with a situation where she's getting considered a murderer when really she did everyone a favour. So the second part of that plan, this matriarchy plan, is we'll start with the elderly women. Now, it's actually my friend's idea. I fleshed it out. So all of the women over 60 with a simple sanity check, maybe a ball count might factor into that as well if this is going on for enough period of time. Be trained in weapons, self-defense weapons, not deadly weapons necessarily, although accidents can happen. The typical things that police are allowed to carry these days would be on the roster. A few things like nunchucks or tasers. Shuriken might be a little severe, but let's just say you're in a park and an old lady's wandering around and you've got ill intentions. You're going to shoot yourself rather than possibly go to that woman who would otherwise be vulnerable. She might even look vulnerable if she isn't. I'd imagine a lot of the well-trained old ladies would probably try to appear as frail as possible just to get a chance to use their equipment. But it sort of flips the situation on its head, because you're not going to have people taking advantage of these old ladies. You're not going to have people knocking on old ladies' doors, and you're not going to have people doing violent things around old ladies from then on, basically, because there's always the risk that they'll just fucking destroy you, or put you to sleep at least. Yeah, I think if we implement these two changes, we're off to a good start, really, in restoring the matriarchy. And, well, I don't think anyone should have to pay taxes, but that was the original point of feminism movement, was to increase tax revenue. Now, if these old women are doing a public service, well, maybe they can be employed. We can have a police service simply of old women, and the gist of it, I think, is pretty solid. So when the walls of Jericho have fallen and the scum of the earth has been extradited, if not eviscerated, yeah, I'd like to propose that these two changes come into effect. I don't really need to be the supreme dictator of England to propose certain ideas, but if I was, well, obviously this is what would happen. I've got a number of other ideas for all other areas of society. I definitely haven't figured it all out, so there's plenty of room for other intelligent suggestions. We'll iron out the rest of the details later. Happy hunting.